Welcome to MBA Solutions. I am Manjunath, working as an assistant professor at VVCE, Mysuru. In this video, let us discuss members and shareholders of a company. Before going into the video, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive more notifications. So, who are the members and shareholders of a company? What is the difference between members and shareholders of a company? Let us understand this. Members, so name of every member should have been entered in the register of members. So there will be a register of members. In that members register, if anybody's name is entered, then they are considered as members of the company. So when this register of members register will be entered, that we have to see. For example, subscribers to memorandum of association who has agreed to become members of a company on its registration, and that name will be entered in register of members. So subscribers to MOA, that means when company starts, at that time there will be few people who join hands together and they invest in a common stock, and they are the one who are the subscribers or promoters of the company, and they are the one who subscribe means who sign in memorandum of association saying that we are the members of the company. As soon as these people who sign in memorandum of association as the members of the company, at the time of registration of the company, their name will be entered in register of members. Once their name is entered in register of members, then they become the members of the company. So subscribers to MOA is the members of the company, and once they subscribe at the time of registration of the company, then their name will be entered in register of members of that particular company. Then these people will be the members of the company. This register is like your attendance register, where as soon as you become a part of any organization or if part of any college or institution, your name will be entered in the register, and every day that attendance will be seen and checked by the superior or supervisor. So like that, here also there will be register of members. Is the name of the people who are a part of the memorandum of association, who signs in memorandum of association. Their name is written in the register of members, then they are the members of the organization. This is one condition. Second thing, every person who has agreed in writing to become the member and name entered in register of members, agreed party. For example, you want somebody to be a member of the organization and you go and approach them saying that you please become our members of the organization, and they have agreed, and they have agreed in the form of written format, then you add their names in the register of members, then they also can be the members of the organization. Whether they might not have subscribed in memorandum of association, they might not be shareholders also, but you have approached them to enter into a contract and become the members of the organization, then they agreed in writing and their name will be mentioned or entered in the register of members, then those kind of agreed party can also be the members of the organization. This is second condition. Third one, the person who holds shares of the company and name entered as beneficial owner in record of depository, that is records maintenance of online transaction, or ROM, that is register of members. See, a person purchases the shares of a company. As soon as he purchases the shares of the company, he becomes the beneficial owner of the company. That means whatever benefits comes out of that particular shares, he will take. If profit comes, he will take. If so, any benefit which comes out of that particular shares which he has been purchased of a company, then those benefits, based on those benefits, he is considered as beneficial owner of the company, and that record will be in the depository. That means nowadays, previously what used to happen, before demat account, before there was a materialized account or materialized format of transaction of shares, where when person purchased the shares, then they used to issue a share certificate, and at the same time their name has to be registered in the record. So that record was maintained manually long back. Now this record is maintained in an online transaction. So that is called depository of, that is like a pool of online transactions, because nowadays all shares, purchase of shares, selling of shares happens through online. So that record of depository, in that record his name should be in the beneficial owner name. It has to be entered in that particular clause, and his name should be in register of members. Even though I purchase the shares of the company, if my name is not there in register of members, I cannot become the members of the company. So till the time my name is entered in the register of members, then I can become the members of a company. Till that time I cannot be the member of the company. So any shareholder who purchases the shares of a company, and after purchasing, if he is a beneficial owner, that means whatever the benefit comes out of that shares, he is the owner for that benefits, and his name is entered in register of members, then he is considered as member of a company. So this is what I was explaining. Not now it is not physical maintenance, it is online maintenance, demat account. Now it is dematerialized account. So people will purchase and sell shares not through papers, material papers. It is through online transactions. So online transaction happens and it is very fast. It happens. So all the records of this online transaction will be maintained in the repository. And this depository, after the name of shareholders will be mentioned, and the name of the shareholder should be there in register of members, then he can be a member of the company. So this is how members of the company will be checked, or this is how members of the company will become. Now let us see whether the person who is having shareholder certificate, can he be a member? So the holder who has share certificate, that means who has purchased the share of a company and beneficially owner of the company and name entered in register of members, is a member of the company. So as soon as the name is entered in register of members, he will become the member of the company. If the holder of share warrant, if anybody is having share warrant, can he be a member of the company? No, he cannot be a member of the company. A person who is having share certificate, only he will be the member of the company. Now what is this share warrant? Share certificate is a certificate issued as soon as you purchase the shares of the company. So person who is having share certificate and his name is there in register of members, he can be the member of the organization. Now what is share warrant? Share warrant is a document issued by the company stating that its bearer is entitled to the shares specified. So it is like a document which mentions the details of the person and how much share he is having, how much share he can have, till what time, all these will be mentioned, and that is called share warrant. Share warrant is a document that will be issued by the company, and in that company they will mention the specific shares, how many shares, who is the person who is having these shares. So all these will be mentioned in that particular share warrant. And share warrant is like a negotiable instrument. Share warrant is like check or DD. So like that, it is a or negotiable instrument. And these share warrant are transferable by mere delivery without registration of transfer. That means these share warrant can be transferred physically. If you give that document to somebody else, he will be the owner of that share warrant, and it is delivered without any registration of transfer is required. So there might not be any registration of transfer. For example, I got a share warrant of a company and I gave that warrant paper or document to somebody else, to Ram. Then now Ram will be holding that share warrant. Maybe I gave that particular share warrant and I took some money from Ram. Now he will be having those particular shares which has been mentioned in my warrant. So there might not be registration, or there is no other process required to transfer share warrant, and the person who is having share warrant cannot be regarded as member of the organization. Then person should be competent to contract if you want to be a member of the organization. So the person should be competent to contract. So the capacity of the party clause of Contract Act should be fulfilled when this person has to be a member of the company. That means he cannot be a minor of the company, so he should be competent enough. He cannot be a minor. At the same time, he cannot be an alien enemy. So all these clause of Contract Act will come into picture. He should be of sound mind. So then only he can be a member of the organization. Then company limited by guarantee do not have share capital, hence members are not shareholders in that case. So members of limited by guarantee, in limited by guarantee type of companies, there will not be share capital or share will not be issued to anybody, hence the shareholders will not be there. Hence members are not the shareholders of the company. Members are the investors who invested in that particular company. They are the members of the company. Now let us see the difference between members and shareholders of a company. So who are members and who are shareholders of the company? What is the difference between them? The first one is, members are those whose name is entered in register of members. So once the name is entered in register of members, then those people are the members of the company. Shareholders are those who owns the shares of the company. So the shares may be in the form of share certificate or share warrant. They hold the shares of the company, but their name is not mentioned in the register of members. Then they cannot be called as the members. They are just the shareholders of the company. The second one is, every company has minimum number of members. So minimum number of members is guaranteed, or there should be minimum number of members in any company, be it one-person company, private company or public company. In one-person company, it is one member should be there minimum. In private company, there should be 2 members minimum. In public company, there should be at least 7 members in minimum. So now every company has minimum number of members, and when it comes to shareholders, only company limited by shares will have shareholders. Company limited by guarantee might not have shareholders. They will not have shareholders because they will not have any share capital. So there is no issue of shares in those kind of organization. Hence shareholders will not be there. But when it comes to members, even company limited by guarantee should have members. It is mandatory. Now coming to the third point, holder of share warrant is not a member of the company. So a person who is having share warrant, he cannot be treated as a member of the company. He can be the shareholder of the company. So person who is having share warrant is a shareholder but not a member. Then coming to fourth point, person who signs MOA becomes member. So subscriber for memorandum. At the time of incorporation of the company, people who and all sign that memorandum as a member, they are the members of the company. Person signing MOA should purchase shares, then only he becomes the shareholder. Even though a person signed in MOA as the member, if he does not have the shares of the company, he cannot be a shareholder of the company. He should have purchased shares of the company, then only he becomes the shareholder of the company. And the last one is, members are defined in Companies Act 2013. There is a definition for members in 2013 Companies Act, but shareholders are not defined in Companies Act 2013. So this is the difference between members and shareholders of the company. Thank you for watching the video.